and I felt this thing crawling at my arm. It felt like really rubbery. I was like, what the heck is that? So I looked down, and there's this white long thing on my arm. I was like, oh, what the heck is that? Is Bali still worth it in 2024 and going into 2025? Especially with all the construction and how busy it has become over the last few years, especially since we first visited in 2017.
So we've just figured out why this place is called Legends. Our brains are a bit slow at the moment. Hey everyone, and welcome to our channel. We are Hannah and Jonny, two travellers on an endless adventure. In 2017, we started finding our adventure to travel full time. Since then, we've lived in a camper van with our cats, learnt to surf, and even moved to Cornwall. Hit the subscribe button to join us each week for a new episode of Finding Our Adventure, as we search for adventures big and small.
Good morning everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Finding Our Adventure. We are starting our journey today to head back to Bali, which is very exciting. First of all, we are catching this boat back to Lombok, and then we have a much longer journey to go. So we'll take you along on this journey and show you exactly the types of transport we take to get all the way back to Bali.
So next part of the journey, we're going to be getting in a car.
After an hour in the car, we made it to the ferry to leave Lombok to go back to Bali, and yeah, the car ride was pretty quick, and we were both feeling a bit sick in the back because the roads are very windy where we came from. So we then arrived at the ferry, and it was a 12 o'clock ferry, so we had about 10 or so minutes to get onto it. And it's a much smaller, older ferry than what we took to go from Lombok, Bali to Lombok last time, and it's absolutely roasting on here. And they crammed all the motorbikes and cars down below, that it literally left no room to get the bags through, so I had to carry them above my head whilst giving Hannah my camera bag and stuff, and literally lift these massive bags above our heads so we could squeeze through. And we're absolutely dripping, and we're still dripping with sweat now because it's so hot in here. So I think we'll catch you guys when we get back to Bali.
Why didn't you call? Why didn't you?
Just come to the front of the ship to cool down a little bit. We have managed to cool our room down a bit. It was basically like a furnace. It had none of the air conditioning units were working in there, so with the doors closed it was just so hot. So me and this other guy, we've wedged the doors open to allow a bit of a breeze to come through, and then by doing that there's like a extractor fan behind our heads, which was then being blown by the breeze coming in, and it was like squeaking super loud. So then I figured out you could like close the vent doors to that extractor fan to stop that from squeaking, because everyone was like, what the heck is this? And yeah, I don't know how old this ship is, but it's pretty old and it's pretty rocky. The ocean's a little bit more moving, a little bit more rolling today compared to when we last travelled on this ferry. But it's such an adventure. This is how the locals travel. It's so much more enjoyable than travelling on the fast boats that the tourists get. And you just get to meet so many different people, experience what the locals travel like when they come to Lombok from Bali on these local ferries. And it's just, you just look at it and you're like, this can't be seaworthy. But we're about 3 hours into the journey now, so probably only about an hour to go, and then we'll be landing in Bali. Every time we hit a wave, the whole ship vibrates and everything judders, and it just feels like it's not holding together very well. But it's really cool being here. And I just showed a shot just down there, and the cars are so close together, so if there's any sort of like big impact from the waves, they'd surely touch, and that wouldn't be good. But they really crammed everything in here. It's amazing how many bikes they can get on.
What a day it's been. We have just got into another car after being on the ferry for about over 4 hours. It was a hot and sweaty mess on there. But we survived, and we are on our way to ULUWATUS, which is about a 2.5 hour drive. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon at the moment, so potentially once we hit the city we're going to hit a lot of traffic. So hopefully it's not too much longer than 2.5 hours, but I think we'll be arriving after dark.
We've just arrived at where we're going to be staying. It's really nice here, but we've had a very long travel day, 8 hours. So what we're going to do is we're going to go find some food, and then we're going to go to bed, and we'll catch you guys in the morning where we'll show you around where we're staying and the area we're in as well. So we'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning everybody. We've woken to the sound of the waves here at Bingin Beach, which is so nice and peaceful. We've just been watching the surfers this morning, which has been really nice. We're a bit hungry now, so we're going to go find some breakfast, and then when we get back from breakfast we'll show you where we've been staying.
This morning we've just walked a couple of steps to the Lucky Fish Lounge, which has got really nice views of the beach, and we can see lots of surfers from here. We've just ordered almost like a brunch, but a late breakfast. Johnny's gone for the chocolate Oreo milkshake, which comes with an Oreo on top, tastes really good. And then I've gone for a traditional Indonesian drink, which is called jamu, and it's got like ginger, turmeric, and is it orange, maybe? Something like that. But the colour is very vibrant. Just had a little swig of it, and it's very strong, but it's exactly what I needed this morning, so I'm feeling pretty rough after all that travel yesterday. Breakfast has just arrived. We went with the smoothie bowls, but I did not think that they were going to be this big. Got a massive wooden heart-shaped bowl with dragon fruit and looks like granola, banana, mango, coconut and goji berries, I think as well. Yeah, really nice just sitting here watching the surfers, and lots of people are sunbathing and swimming on the beach, and this place has got a really nice relaxing atmosphere. We've just come back to our room, and we are actually staying in Legends Bali, which is a beachfront resort here on Bingin Beach, which is really nice. It was so relaxing coming and arriving here last night. So I'm going to give you a quick room tour of the room that we're staying in. So the name of the room we're staying in is called Slater, which is named after a famous surfer called Kelly Slater. And this is just the entrance here, so that you walk in through this door, and then you come in here to the bathroom, which has got a really nice sized sink. You've got all these lovely little baskets to put all your toiletries in. You've got a toilet, and then just behind here is where you have the shower. Previously, where we were staying in ULUWATUS, they had mostly only salt water, so it was really nice to come here last night and enjoy a freshwater shower, and my hair feels so nice and clean, and also the toiletries in the bathroom are divine. They smell so good. So from the bathroom we come into the bedroom. It's a really nice sized room. The bed is super comfortable. Can say that from experience from last night. It's decorated really nicely, so you've got like these low hanging lights on either side with a bedside table, and then you've got a fan just on this side of the room to help you stay cool at night. I've got a large wardrobe space here with hanging stuff, and I'm wearing one of the robes that they provide, which you can chill in. And then on this side we've got a TV, which was really nice. We were watching YouTube last night. It also comes with plates and cutlery if you order in, which we did last night from the cashew tree, which was very good. We also have a mini bar which has got drinks in there. They also provide you with complimentary fruit and cookies. And then on this side we've got teas and coffees, and then there's also the option to purchase some wine as well if you want to make it an extra special occasion. And the best part about this room is the floor to ceiling windows. It creates a really nice airy feel in this room, and also it looks straight out onto the beach. So look at this. It was so nice this morning to wake up to this view after such a long day yesterday. And what's really cool about ending our month trip here in Indonesia is that we've come back to the place where we actually first arrived in Bali back in 2017. We actually stayed in like a very small little beach hut just over there, and it was nothing like what it is today. There's so much more places to stay here and options to eat, which is really nice to see, but it's so interesting to see how much it's changed. We're really lucky to be here. We're really enjoying our last day here on Bali, which is very sad, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed that room tour. And yeah, so I think for the rest of the day I'm gonna spend it chilling on the beach. As tempting as it is to rent a surfboard, I think our bodies are telling us to take it easy, especially after just before we're gonna have a long day of traveling back home to the UK. So I think it's going to be mostly sunbathing, good food, and just making the most of the sun here before we go back to the winter in the UK. So from where we're staying, it's literally like a minute walk, or maybe even less than 30-second walk down to the beach. And we've brought our towels down to just come and sunbathe. There are some umbrellas that you can rent if you need some shade, but we thought might as well make the most of the sun today, and then we're just a short walk to the water to cool down. But yeah, I love this beach. It's got such a nice relaxed feel to it. The tide is going out, I think, a little bit now, so there's a bit more room on the beach, but it's just got such a nice feel. So glad to be finishing our trip here, and I think I'm now gonna have a nap. So we've just figured out why this place is called Legends. Our brains are a bit slow at the moment, but obviously it's named after surf legends. And we've just come back to our room to freshen up and wash off all the sun cream, and we're going for a lovely massage. Jonny has surprised me by booking an hour-long massage, which is just what I need. Just come back from a very nice relaxing massage, and yeah, definitely did the trick. It's still really nice and sunny here on Bingin Beach, and it's really nice just sitting here relaxing on our very own balcony and looking at the waves rolling in. The waves look a little bit smaller now, there's not as many surfers out, but I'm really looking forward to a nice sunset.
So this is what our room currently looks like. We are just packing everything up. Everything's on the bed. We're packing all the camera stuff away. We've got our suitcases that are getting packed up, and we're just backing up the last of the footage. And pretty soon we're going to it's looking like we're going to have a really amazing sunset, so we'll be taking some more photos out there. And then we also have a really good dinner to head to, so we're very excited about that. But we're just both a bit tired at the moment, just getting everything ready for the plane tomorrow.
I come back down to the beach for dinner, and there's two restaurants that serve like fresh fish on the beach. So there's like orange tables or blue tables, but we managed to nab a table in the blue side. And what you do is you choose your fish. So we've gone for a tuna, a snapper, and some prawns. And you get the whole fish, yeah. So Jonny was saying it's like 450, I think, for all of it together. And then we've got like a big bottle of water and a Coke as well. So pretty good value for fresh fish. And it's all being cooked just behind us. We can smell it being cooked, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. So we're ending it on a high. Our food has just arrived, and we've got lovely fresh fish. Comes with rice, and we've also got veg as well, and selection of hot sauces to enjoy. It's been quite funny because the waves have been coming in and slowly wiping people out, so the water's coming closer, but it hasn't got us yet. The food was delicious. It was worth the wait. We had to wait quite a while for it to cook, and we really enjoyed it. 100% recommendation from us to go and try the fresh fish down there. If you do get down there a little bit earlier, like just before sunset, before everybody's sat down, then you're probably not going to be waiting as long for the food, but it was properly cooked and tasted very good. So I'm now going to sleep very well.
I just got back from the shop, getting Hannah some snacks after dinner, and I just picked up the beach towel because I was wiping the sand off my feet. And I was talking to Hannah and I was drying my hands, and I felt this thing crawling up my arm. It felt like really like rubbery. I was like, what the heck is that? So I looked down, there's this white long thing on my arm. I was like, oh, what the heck is that? It's a little lizard, and I actually...
It's a bit of a bigger reaction than that, is it?
No, it wasn't quite like that.
Yeah, it was.
And I flicked him off, and then he ran towards my suitcase, and he was about to go in the suitcase, so I had to quickly zip that off, because obviously then he'd be going back to England with us.
Where is he?
He's under the suitcase now, I think. Should we try and see him? You might want to, do you want the torch on? The flash on?
Yeah, where's the torch?
Yeah, that'd be bad news if he was coming back to England with us.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, like that. So he might just... There he is! You see him?
There he is.
Oh, a little lizard. There he is.
Hello.
Sorry, little lizard. Oh, he's gone. Right.
Crawl into your face at night.
We'll see you guys in the morning. Look. This morning we were up with sunrise. As we were leaving Bali, climbing those steps from Bingin Beach was hard work, but luckily we had some porters to carry our big bags with us. And then we flew from Denpasar airport to Singapore, where we are currently at the moment, and we are just waiting up for our flight now to fly us back to the UK after a long, exciting adventure. And I guess the question is Bali still worth it in 2024 and going into 2025? Especially with all the construction and how busy it has become over the last few years, especially since we first visited in 2017. And I think it's still definitely worth it. If you've not been to Indonesia, then Indonesia is definitely a destination you should check out, because the islands are so beautiful, the people are amazing, and the food is excellent as well. Bali is becoming a lot more busy, and it is a bit of a shame, because obviously the beauty of Bali is in its natural surroundings, the lush green tropical climate, and just all the foliage and fauna that surrounds the island. It really has a beautiful atmosphere, and if they keep building the way they are at the moment, some of that might be lost. So I don't know what the solution to that is, but I have heard, and I think Hannah told me that there is potentially a plan to come into place to limit the amount of tourists that enter the island each year. So we'll see if that happens or if that's actually true or not. But I definitely think there has to be some sort of controlling of construction coming in, because at the moment the mass building is taking over the island, and it is a little bit of a shame, but it's still such a beautiful place to visit. It's still very affordable, amazing accommodation, friendly people, great surfing, and lots of things to do, including waterfalls and places like that. So I think if you've not been to Bali, or you love Bali, then you'll still love it. If you're like us and you haven't been for quite a few years, then you will notice a big difference, and it might be a bit of a shock. But yeah, definitely worth checking out if you've not been to Bali or Indonesia. Some of the other islands that we love in Indonesia are places like Sumatra, Java, and obviously we've just been to Lombok and Gili Asahan as well. And they're just so unique and so different, and definitely worth checking out in their own right. But that is the end of this series, and we've absolutely loved our time in Indonesia. So give us a like and a comment below of your favourite part of this trip. And I think this is even our last video before Christmas. So we wish you a very happy Christmas, and we'll see you guys in 2025.